what is the third fear and why this fear of responsibility, how it manifests fear of success? Anyone here that you fear success though you want success? Thank you. Now, so we had fear of authority, we had fear of responsibility. Anyone here who changed jobs every 2 years or every 3 years or frequently? Anyone here? Thank you. Thank you. And anyone here who stayed in the same business or same occupation or same job for a long period of time? Yeah. Thank you. Now, so the fear of responsibility comes from, so then one of my clients, she's an executive, but she changes her jobs every 2 years. And the reason for changing the jobs every 2 or 3 years is I get paid well with every change that I make. However, what she is actually doing underneath is fear of familiarity, which is a byproduct of fear of authority and responsibility. Anyone here who fears that if you become familiar, they will not like you or they will not love you? Anyone here? Right? So that's also one of the common fears, but that stems from fear of authority or responsibility, because if you get familiar and if you have this fear of authority that if you're told to do something, you have to do. Anyone with that fear? Like, I can't say no. If they ask me, I have to do. So you avoid them. Anyone here who will avoid because of that? You can't say no, right? So the fear of authority, fear of responsibility, and the byproduct of this is avoidance. That avoidance in the process, the next one, the third fear we are going to talk about is fear of success. Fear of success is where, say, have you ever experienced, anyone here in this group, have you ever experienced that you're guilty for being alive or you're guilty for having a better life? Anybody here? Thank you. Right? So that's another form of the fear of success, because you're guilty for having a better life, or you're guilty because you're happy, or you're guilty because you're having a comfortable life. Because of that, you will not allow any opportunities to come to you because of the guilt. Anyone here that again in your personal lives, it can manifest as I'm too happy and contented, though I don't have all the things that I want. That can manifest like that, and you don't want to go there. Or you're having too much fun and you don't want to go there. And in careers, you feel to anyone again with like guilt, the opposite of guilt. Anyone here who is too grateful for everything they have, very contented, right? That is also the pattern of the mind which will stop you, because for some reasons having more is a bad thing. So contentment becomes your control. Are you with me here? Did you see this, the pattern of the mind? We're only talking about pattern of the mind. Thank you. So if you're too contented and grateful, or if you're guilty that you are having a better life, so those are the blocks. And you should also see that as fear of success. Can you all see that now? The fear of success here. It's not just, thank you. So if you become successful, now I'm connecting fear of responsibility, fear of authority, and fear of success. Anyone here who fears, if I am successful, I'll have more responsibilities and I don't want that? Show of hands. Success means more responsibilities. I don't want that. That's again a very common pattern of the mind. So you will dislike success. Right? Now, again, if you're successful, you have to listen to people and do as you're expected to be. Anyone here who fears that? Whether it is your clients or your colleagues or your boss. If you're successful, then you have more responsibilities, or you have to listen to someone and you don't have freedom. Anyone here sharing that? Right? So can you now see how this fear of success is just not fear of success? It is stemming from the fear of responsibility. If I'm successful, I have to be responsible. And that means I will lose my time. Anyone over here? If I'm successful, I will lose my time with my family or for me. Anyone here? Thank you. Now, anyone here who thinks that by By working, but success means hard work, and hard work means time away from things you want to do. Anyone here? So you have a judgment about people who are hardworking. Why do you want to live this life? You should enjoy this life, right? That is also a common pattern. So these are the things you have to be listening in your own minds. What are those conversations that you are having constantly, and how you are using them as your strengths in your conversations, than reflecting on them and questioning, why am I saying this? Why do I take pride in this? So now I want you to take a step back, take a moment, and I want you to just see this. The whole purpose of this platform is only to bring that awareness to that. So take a step back and bring your awareness to it. If you're avoiding success because you don't want to be responsible, or you feel guilty that you have a better life and not others, or you think you're going to lose your time and this life's experiences by being successful and you don't do anything, or sometime in the past you decided you had to take care of a family, you had to bring up your family, you had to take care of your children, or you had to be there for your mother or father in their old age. And that decision, is it guiding you today when it is not required? See that? And see if you can release that old decision and step out of it. Thank you.